Hello everyone. In this lecture we will be starting with a new topic that is known as linear algebra. Now as you can understand, linear algebra comprises of two terms, that is linear and algebra. That means here we will perform algebraic operation on linear equations or linear terms. That is, there will be no higher power of any variable. Okay? That is, if you take x variable, it will only be present as a linear power. That is, you can have ax plus bx, something like that, but not ax square plus bx cube. Okay, no higher power of x will be there. That is known as linear algebra. Now linear algebra is basically a special branch of mathematics which deals with vectors, matrices, or the space spanned by vector, or we can call it as vector space. Okay, now what is vector space? Suppose I give you three-dimensional vector, that is, let us say ai cap plus bj cap plus ck cap, then this space spanned by this vector will be three-dimensional space, that is xyz plane, or you can say xyz space. That is meant by vector space. Now what is the application of linear algebra? The biggest application is solving a system of linear equation. So in this topic we will also cover how to solve a system of linear equation or simultaneous linear equation. That is, whenever we have multiple equation in more than one variable. Okay, so this is the scope of linear algebra. That is, we will be continuously dealing with the vectors or the matrices. Is it fine? Now first of all, what is meant by matrix? You might have studied matrices earlier as well in your high school, but here we will go over the matrix again so that your basics can be consolidated. Now basically matrix is nothing but an array of numbers, and array is nothing but it is an arrangement of rows and columns. So basically when we arrange the numbers in ordered manner in the form of rows and column, it will be known as matrix. Like if I say we have a numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here we have a 6 numbers which are arranged in 2 rows. Rows are nothing but horizontal arrangement. So this is row 1, this is row 2. And we have 3 columns, column 1, column 2 and column 3. So we will write the order of the matrix as order is 2 cross 3. Here 2 represent rows and 3 represent columns. Okay. Even you might have seen in a software like Microsoft Word, whenever you insert a table, it will prompt you to insert the number of rows and the number of columns. That is known as the order of a matrix. Now the matrices can be generally represented in the form m cross n matrix, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. So how do we write a matrix? We will write the order at the bottom right corner, and the elements will be represented as A11, that means row 1 column 1, A12, A13, it means row 1 column 3, and up to A1n, that means row 1 column n. Okay. Similarly, A21, row 2, column 1, A22, row 2, column 2, A23, and so on up to row 2, column n. Okay. Similarly, we will have m rows. So we will write AM1, that means m rows, column 1, AM2, m row, column 2, AM3, and up to AMN. It means row m, column n. So we have total number of elements are mn elements. Okay, we have total elements m into n. So I can represent this matrix also as, suppose this is my matrix A, so I can write this also as A is equals to Aij, where I represent row number and j represent column number, where Aij represents the elements of the matrix A. Here you can say A11 is the element of this matrix which lies at row 1 column 1. Okay. Similarly, here Aij represents the element which is present in the row I and the column j. So this is how you can represent any matrix in shorter form. Now here it is also possible that m is not equal to n. Okay. If m is equals to n, I mean to say if number of rows is equals to number of column, then we call this matrix as square matrix. And if m is not equal to n, then we call the matrix as rectangular matrix. Okay.